they gonna basically control these soldiers like fucking robots. Just do whatever they want to do. They already make the robots too, but they gonna have these cyborgs. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was in his way. They gonna have a fire department or some shit like that. Right. I'll see. It is the Hebrew Israelites are island. Yeah, yeah. Hey, all the damn science that you Edomites have done, that shit never caught in. You know. So what? You gonna go back to the drawing board again and do it again? Hey, even if you get some of us, and the Lord gonna grant some of us the spiritual power to fight back. So you still got to take that in consideration. Which we know that you're not because you the damn devil. Scriptures talk about your pride have deceived you. Right? So it is what it is. Be proud. What's the saying? Nigga, they order, home they fall. Right. Right.
Verse 20 and verse 25. It is a snare to the man who devoureth that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry. So this way we do this in NLT. So don't trap yourself by making rash promises to Yahweh and only later counting the cost. So you gotta really understand what you're involved in, man. You gotta understand the consequences when you make a vow, because every single one of you brothers made a vow to the Lord no matter what. You came into this thing basically said, hey, how much you inside? I'm gonna serve you no matter what, man. So just think about it. You give up, you basically breaking that vow with the Lord. You brothers know what the consequences of breaking the vow. You can put to death for that, man. You gotta pay that what you owe, man. So that's why every single one of us made a vow with Yahweh Shemir Shah. When you came into this truth, you like, man, I'm down with it, man. Guess what? Now you took that vow, you gotta hold to that vow, man. And count the cost, man. If you say F it and you take that chip, the Lord already told you he ain't gonna do you, man. So destroy you with your ICP else, man. That's the promise that the Lord made for that.
What the Lord said, he said, like it was easy in my burden place. He ain't gonna never put more in you than you can.
Right, and the Lord made it easy for us to do this work, man. We don't gotta do it like how our prophets did in the older times, back in the Roman days. Had to hop on the ship, had to suffer a storm and break the ship apart, had to suffer getting robbed and stuff like that. The Lord made it easy for us, man. We got vehicles, we can get to places quicker and stuff, We don't gotta have the hard stuff that the ancient man had to do. But hey, the Lord said my burden is light, man. Yeah, people got more wicked. Yeah.
People got more wicked. So shit, man, we do risk, life and freedom coming out to the highway from our way, but Lord can be spirit on us, not to even be in that person spirit, man. It's like wicked as hell out here, boy. You can't see it walking up and down.
Yeah, like, hey, you just be driving like, oh shit, oh man. I literally do that every day. Like every time I drive through North County, I'm like, dang, why don't you live over here, man?
They did that news thing, Newhouse Ferry speed. They were like, I don't know what exactly. But they do.
You say you don't walk people out.
Now they did that on Newhouse Ferry about speed. Everybody always speeds on the street. Yeah. They fucking death. You high speed chasing.
This place, it's called the Valley of Shadow of Death. Your life is literally in danger. But that's why we always pray for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Honestly, that's mandatory because hey, you walk out the house and not pray to the Lord. There's others walking out and crying like shit, I'm good.
I got a dad to teach. She got the car seat in the back. She got clothes and underwear and shit in the back. She got the down wheel on the side. Right. And she got, I was going to say, running a couple. And she got to put it out when she comes in and get a clothes. Yeah, man. Hey, look, hide, drink all the damn time to function right. You know, because you really don't have no hope. You know, and hey, that's the reason why we are here to give these people hope. Well, really get an elect hope. You know, because the Lord already said that y'all wasn't gonna listen. So we say good riddance. You know, hey, we don't care because people are crazy, man. Man, we going to Walmart, y'all rude, y'all nasty. You know, how many times a nigga just bug you for no damn reason? He just be just somewhere in the store, and a nigga might say something.
So you just standing in line.
I'm just here just trying to get food.
You just standing in line, and the YN looking at you like, nigga, what you standing behind? I'm like, man, Lord, kill this nigga.
That's why we are out here making a body of the sacrifice week in and week out this season, out of season. You know, because hey, we are teaching the gospel. The gospel is going to the good news. Because hey, letting the elect know that there is a better beginning coming. And there is a king coming to this place and giving a judgment on these wicked ass 2/3 of these damn heathens, man. You know?
Right. Yeah, hey, it's not our fault. You know, we don't know we part of left, but hey, at least we in that bracket. You know, we on the right track.
I better hope that you did.
Right.
We can say.
Yeah, they don't know how we in such a good mood. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the show, nigga. The program.
We always hope happen in the world.
Right. We already know. You know, I'm fucking sure.
That is it. My thing is stop the pussy foot, bring the motherfucking shit, and there they go. Implantable devices.
Sneak it in. 2026, 6G, you know, so 666. And so, hey, the Lord, hey, funny, come out in the 6 months, man. You know? June. Man, that'd be hilarious, man.
Oh, yeah. I seen that I want to ball shirt that. Jake start clapping out of nowhere.
Because soon, you other kids got to answer to what the market beast is. Because the elder apostles been teaching that the market of beast is the chip, man.
Right. And at this point, you know, we see read first Peter chapter 4. Yeah, we can't read all the way down. Yeah, might as well bring that out.
Get your point. The apostles get wind, which you probably already went into it. Go right to Bishop channel. This week, yeah, I might even post a link in there on my little link channel. We go right over there. Now what you got to say?
Hey, just keep posting it over and over. Make them banned.
Yeah. Hey,
What y'all think about this?
You go like, I said, the nigga broke you. I said.
and then put what's the name?
Can I get one out?
Right at the spot.
Okay, got it.
Back in 1 Peter 4, in 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Right.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Right. So judgment is going to start at people that know that they Israelites. You know? Start off with us first. You know, and you're going to have these 2/3 on here, serve some right, you know, this and that and the other. But then, hey, little do you know, the silver white man come you black, Hispanic, and Native American ass you. You know, to get you because he hate all of us. You know? The only reason why he hate us more is because we know the truth. You know, and he's doing something that he's hid for hundreds of years. You know? And we got that. So of course he's pissed off at that.
Right.
You we already got you. You just a zombie, nigga. Right? You just a dead body. You know, the so-called white man look at YNs as just dead weight, useless eaters. You know, so you just gonna come with the smackdown and just kill you. How like they show you in the movie The Purge. They just come into the projects out, shoot everybody. Okay, all clear. Let's go to the next floor. You know, that's literally how it's gonna be. You know, and if you don't have your how much on your side, you're not gonna survive. You know, it's really that simple.
Verse 19, wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of Yahweh commit the keeping of their souls to him in well doing as unto a faithful neighbor.
Right. Like going into the system started, you got to count the cost. But whether he has sufficient to finish the race. I like Paul said, this is a race that we run. A marathon. All right. We're gonna get to Mario first.
God, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, starting at verse 14. It reads, and judgment is turned away backward, and justice standeth afar off, for truth is fallen in the street, and equity cannot enter. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. Right? So like how we were talking about with these YNs and everything like that, right? You know, you got niggas just running around loose, and they're really just Esau's creation, right? Because there's no judgment in Babylon the Great, right? No righteous judgment. Yeah, niggas commit crimes. Niggas can go out and shoot and kill somebody or rob and steal a car, and, you know, they'll go to jail if they get caught, right? But in terms of the law, statutes, and commandments according to the Bible, you know, there's no justice, right? There's no justice for these moles. There's no judgment for, you know what I'm saying, adulterers, adulteresses. There's no judgment for, you know what I'm saying, extortioners, people taking advantage of people, and all these things that go on over here in Babylon the Great. And actually those things are promoted, right? But it's going to be a complete 180 real soon here, because the Lord is going to bring judgment back into the land, back into the earth, and righteous judgment, right? Through the war, through the nuclear missiles, right? And then eventually through who? Through the elect under the leadership of Yahweh Shai.
That's right. Yeah. When you call upon the name of Yahweh, make it yourself free. And basically, the book of Maccabees, we say it was unlawful for a man to call himself the truth. You know, and that's gonna come back. Okay? Oh yeah, you Hebrew Israelites? Sure as fuck can. What the fuck you gonna do about it? Right? You be like, I am a Shemite. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, they Shemites.
Just like you just mentioned, brother, how these YNs are basically Esau's creations. Just looked up some that says scientific experiments from the mid to late 20th century, particularly those by psychologist Harry Harlow, demonstrated that social isolation and the deprivation of maternal comfort can lead young monkeys to develop severe social behavior defects, including increased aggression and violent tendencies. These findings, while contributing to the understanding of attachment theory, are widely considered unethical by today's standards due to extreme psychological trauma inflicted on animals. So hey, yeah, like the brother said, these YNs are the creation of you Edomites, man. And they call this project what's it called? Mother's Love. That's what they call it, man. You know, because who raised these YNs? These fucking brothers, man. So just like the brother said, these YNs are the creation of Esau, man. So hey, we did these tests on these animals, and it worked on you niggas, man. You know, now look at you.
Young monkeys.
A bunch of fucking monkeys, man.
Well, hey, we even got a nigga to call himself a gorilla.
Teenagers 5 and 8. There shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall offset out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mysterious women shall bring forth monsters.
Right? And that's his last days. Right? You know, confusion in many places. You don't know what the hell going on. You got people, but we already know when we go out amongst you, dick weeds and how y'all among us trying to do something dirty to us when we at Walmart or on the streets or whatever, not let you over or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Say, you know, Mr. Hope shall bring forth the monster. Okay, you niggas are monsters. All right?
Logic is just they have no logic. I ain't never saw no shit like they come out.
Young cracker.
They reasoning is just like how the fuck did you get hired? Like you have no understanding, like no type of logic, like no type of critical thinking skills. Like it's just pure impulse and emotion and just like lazy as hell.
And then on top of it, they try to get you fired.
Starting shit with you.
Yeah. Like, it's not my fault that I come to work and I do my job better than you. Like, what the fuck?
That's it. What? Man, don't put your hand on me, man. Like,
Grab this.
Hey, you so you can touch.
I say, hey man, you know what? I told the boss, hey man, you need to go take this sexual harassment training upstairs or something, man. Like, they just don't have.
It's like,
Yeah, that's in the book. I'm like, hey man, don't touch me. Like, what? What I do? What you do? Like, hey man, I'm like,
Speaking.
Eating one just like that at my job.
yeah, you leave about
Man, motherfucker playing that gay shit with playing that little fruity shit with everybody else. Motherfucker came behind me and trying to put his hand. I slapped his hand. I said, hey, bro, I don't play that shit, bro. Because I do that with you, bro. So calm down, bro. I'm just playing. I don't play that shit, bro.
Hey,
Crazy.
Speaking of YCs, I was in Walmart and Arnold yesterday doing Spark. You know how Arnold is. Arnold predominantly Edomite, man. At least four of them. I'm just walking. I'm picking up the shit that I got to put in the cart and everything. One walk by. Smell like death. Another one walk by. Just stank. I'm like, bro, did y'all shower this week? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, this week is diabolical. This week.
Like, yeah, this week.
So bro, you didn't wash your hands? He's like,
I
I'm working on something this morning with my car. I was like, fuck, bro, you showing your hands like that all week, early in the morning.
How the fuck you come into work? Like, you come into work musty, bro. Like, you showered last night?
Just sitting in your own juices. You need to wash that shit off. Yeah.
I got next.
Yeah, we're up.
This is Mark 13:13. It says, observe and take good heed, without walking in peril thy overthrow. Without hearest these things of wickedness. I got that. We talked about praying when you go out. You definitely got to, I can't tell you how many accidents I've avoided just by me there. Me swerving out the way from the person behind me or in front of me. Okay, you really got to be paying attention. Out here, it's just like, you know, to grab all this stuff, these people, so, we talking about this shit happened to me yesterday. I go to the mall, grab some hot, hey, go down there and sit. I'm like, yeah, I go to such thing. Oh, yeah, cool. I'm going to walk and shit. Cool. Want to live around here? Yeah, man. What do you do for it? Hey, I think I'm going to go up to, all right, see, I said, see, every fucking day, I'm one of these people, you don't just walk up to somebody, start coming up, and you up to some shit.
I literally was having this conversation the other day, like, he don't just like straight, he don't just go and try to chop it up with strangers and Another thing, just like what the fuck? Like we automatically on guard. Like what the fuck you want?
It's the same thing. It's all the same question. All this stuff now, bro. I ain't trying to make no decision.
Yeah,
Even if you don't be, I'm good, bro. I don't know what that. As soon as he said the word, I think I'm going this. Nah, bro. I'm like, don't trust none of you. You gotta stay on guard. Period.
Yeah. Especially now they making these laws to where like if you react to them, like now they going, he sees a hate crime or it's a this. Oh, you bothering me.
Yeah, they got that shit to where if you know what I'm saying, like those people, if they come up to you and you know, reject them like, hey man, I ain't play. They can like, oh, it's a hate crime. You know what I'm saying? You hate the Moes and all that shit. I'm like,
I do.
Yeah, I just
I literally lost work for that. Just by being a man, telling them, look, I ain't on that.
That shit's so uncomfortable, man. You gotta sit there and actually, you know, like your pride as a man, and then you sit there across from that boy when you didn't respect his pronouns. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
nigga, he didn't respect my space, nigga. What?
You got logic, y'all not there.
When you say, hey, I just don't want to be around you, this and this, and that's so random. I say, hey, bro, I ain't scared though. I just don't play that shit.
It'll even go as far as this. I remember this was like a year or two ago. I was at this little Monday R&B night spot or whatever, right? And I'm just sitting down, right? And Samoes came and sat like not right next to me, but like not far away from me, right? So I go up and I go and talk to a chick or whatever. And I told her I like the dress. This bitch talking about some, oh, what you think you want to wear it or something? I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. And I thought about it. I'm like, it's because I was sitting, them motherfuckers was sitting next to me. I can't even sit next to a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, bitch, what you think this is?
Proverbs 13:12, hope deferred maketh the heart sick, but when the desire cometh, it is the tree of life. And there was one person that came on, the Yashawama's comment before, not that long ago, actually kind of sincerely asking, why does it seem like great deal stuff is happening about all this change? He was sincere. I believe that he was like, they about to bring all that change. Why are you happy about this? We need to trigger something out. We explain the reason we have to is because stuff is starting to come to pass, and it's finally coming to pass. What's the close to Yahweh Shai? Coming back. That's why we have it, and why the world is mourning the week. We rejoice inwardly. It is like a tree of life. I rejoice in all the things, man. One step closer. There was a point in time where it seemed like what doesn't happen for real, just rumors of wars, just Iran talking, everybody just talking to the bitch. Iran started, they actually fired back. Like, thank you, because we vow for revenge, vow, like, man, I'm tired of hearing that. Somebody need to do something. You heard that for so long, now stuff just happening fast.
Every day, like multiple times a day, stories just coming out, reports coming out. It's like shit, you looking like you can't keep up with all of it. Real.
I got one. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 24, starting at verse 4, says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left, right? That's why we're excited, because we're ready for the change, right? We know that this change that's coming is going into the change for a righteous kingdom to be put in place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to do away with the old to bring in the new. You got to do away with this earth. Like, you just look out into the world right now and you see, you know what I'm saying? Everything is depressed. Everybody's sad. Everybody fucked up in the head. Everybody on guard trying to protect themselves. You know what I'm saying? From getting hurt and all this shit. Everybody struggling. Money fucked up.
No trust out here.
Right. None of that stuff, right? The world is in an unharmonious state right now, and that's why we're happy when we see these things coming to pass, because we know that these things coming to pass are steps into the true new world order, right? Under who? Under Yahweh Shah.
Just to,
You got one? Does any brother know where the veil scripture at? Look up the veil. I think it's in my book of Isaiah. Kind of. Well, you go ahead with your
John. This is just piggybacking off what the brother just said. The book of Second Ezra, chapter 2, and verse 26, it says, "As for the servants whom I..."
You say land back.
Oh, land back. So like land back. "As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord." Why would we be upset that Esau Edom kingdom is going down, and we're coming into a kingdom that's going to be ruled in righteousness? We don't have anything to lose over it. So you all are upset and whatnot that y'all losing this so-called life that y'all living. But we're about to come into rulership, Lord willing.
Add to that, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. You know, who is those heavens? That's us, man. You know, Lord willing, we are the elect. You know, we supposed to be rejoicing that these things happen, because, hey, the quicker these things happen, the quicker we will be in the kingdom of heaven, man. The woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Just like that, they said 2026, you know, they bring it about in plentiful devices, man. You know, so it's going to show you how quick things are ramping up, man. And we rejoice at those signs, man. You know, because, hey, Yahweh is doing exactly what he promised. He's speeding up the time, man. Sooner or later, that shit gonna be here, man. You know, it's gonna be here. They already set things up, man. Like I remember Brother Tavo went into gradualism, you know, and creeping normality, man. They are slowly, they're not slowly but surely put it in your face, man. Now that they go into 6G now, man. So hey, respect it, man. You know, that's why we get so happy seeing those things, because we want to get the hell up out of here, man. You know?
Yeah, 6G will be more of a strain on everybody's body. Right. When they introduced that 5G, that interrupted birds, you know, that annoyed them, they travel dead, people got sick, all this stuff happening. So you know when they bring that, it's going to get even more worse on people's bodies already. So if you took that chance, man, we're going to figure out what's going to happen to you.
It's already been 5 years. God, yeah, that's it.
This is Isaiah 25 and verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations.
Right. So who spread that veil over all nations? So-called white people. You know, few reason why nobody knows who the hell they are, because you don't want to be what you are, which is the damn devil. According to the Bible, Esau Edom. Okay. Right. And yeah, like you got these Moabites calling themselves Chinese and fucking Vietnamese and Japanese, and calling themselves Japanese and Korean. Now you got Africans calling themselves Somalians. That's right. Good. So, hey, even with I wrote in our Savior, you know, Job 9:24, he covered the faces of the judges of not working. Who is it? You know? So if you Edomites are not the devil, shit, who is? You know, who the hell gonna throw you in prison? You know, you Christian, Esau, Edom ain't the devil. The scripture said the devil shall throw you in prison. You know?
who run that system.
That's right.
So,
It's,
and even the ones like you revealing the artifact now because it benefits you. But motherfuckers, you was in league with the other Edomites to keep that shit a secret. To lock the artifacts up in a vault. And you gotta pay too. I was in cahoots.
right. And I remember Elder in the video of looking up, he asked this question. Are the Edomites here to this day? And what the AI overview say no, the ancient Edomites are as a distinct people, the kingdom do not exist today. But it will say on the other way that the Israelites exist. So wait. So the Israelites exist, but the Edomites don't exist. So you tell me the Edomites had a 1,000-year period of slavery, died already, man? No, the Edomites are here today, man.
That show you that they can make AI lie.
Exactly.
Because scriptures say that the Lord shall not make good with all the people.
That's right.
So that remnant is still here because that prophecy hasn't been fulfilled. You can put serving a hardcore bondage.
Right. What did the scripture say? Second Ezra 69.
Right.
For Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the end of it that follows.
You can trick AI and Chat GPT into giving you the truth. Like I remember one time I asked Chat GPT, I said, or what I say? I said, is there evidence or proof that there are that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true nation, are the true biblical Israelites? And it was like, no. And then, and then I said, well, does prophecy line up with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans being the true biblical Israelites? It was like, yes.
Shit, say the prophecy line up with Edomites being so-called white people.
Right.
Hey,
Shit.
that what we asked when I looked up, do the Edomites exist today? And it said no. That's part of their covering cast, man. You know, and then lions say, oh, the Edomites don't exist today. But somebody got to fit that description of the Edomites, man. The last time I checked, the nigga in the hood not going around the world bombing people, you know. And
Just gotta ask it another question.
You gotta ask a different way.
Yeah. Like what's that the dude off of iRobot? That, my friend, is not the correct question. You gotta ask him the right questions. Yeah, the dude, the white dude that died, but he had the holograms and shit left behind for Will Smith.
Tobit 14:15. But before he died, he heard the destruction of Nineveh, which was taken by Nebuchadnezzar in Asuris, and before his death he rejoiced over Nineveh. That was Tobit. He got this counsel from Tobit to go ahead and move. Right? So he believed what Tobit said, because Tobit said, I believe Jonah and move. So you gotta know he changed. Move. So you know every day he's looking to see, now I'm waiting for that place to be destroyed because I believe it. And he rejoiced over it. So yeah, when prophecy comes, though it may seem evil to the world, we who are in the know, we rejoice over it simply because it's prophesied that we want to get out.
Hey, and that show that the Lord's word is true, man. Show you that his word, he ain't lying.
He said the wind was kicking my ass on the road.
Matthew 10:34, it says, think not that I have come to send came not to send peace but a sword.
Right.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
Right.
He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me.
Right. And the Lord reiterates that multiple times in the scripture. Just to make sure that you get the memo. Alright? Because the Lord is serious about that. You know? And the Lord even has certain examples in the scriptures about you had Eli and how his sons was wicked, you know, and Eli didn't rebuke him, and what was his fate? Falling back and breaking his neck. You know? So yeah, that wasn't a pleasant way to go out. You know, shit having your neck break down.
Under your own weight. Do the big one.
Right. So, right. So yeah. So hey, expect the friction with your people. You know? And you get a prophet is how honor accepting his own. I think there might be 4.
That's another thing that you find bitter in the scriptures is just because you are an upright man or you for the Lord doesn't necessarily mean your children will be saved. Samuel's son, very Joseph, and the father of the prophet, God will convert the words of the Lord. That's also bitterness too. Because your son they don't necessarily mean that they're righteous or they like you or they think like you or they take things seriously as you. You find out that they don't people.
They was scourged before. I was contemplating about that last week, like, it's out mine. I'm like, man, I just pray that they stay the course, man. Shit.
That's all you can. You teach them till they get a certain age, and the rest is really up to them. You know what I mean? Just teach them the right way, and whatever they decide to do,
Because they their own spirits. You gotta try to save your own behind.
Oscar said, one righteous is better than 1,000. It's better to die with none than to have them that are godly. See, the world won't see that. The world just sees wife, kid, you making it. Not necessarily. You could be just adding more burdens and liabilities to your life.
Like for example, that dude Magic Johnson, his old big overgrown ass, sodomite ass,
6
chimp,
foot,
whatever.
6'7", size 17.
Man, they fat his ass in the county. They was all like, hey, he crying behind this smile. Yeah, because that nigga should have been put to death when he was, you know, and as soon as he said some shit up, mom, man, I got to tell you something. I'm dead.
And then you got stories of children killing their own parents.
Yeah, man.
So you got to think about this. You wouldn't find raising up children the best thing ever if you knew that one day that child would take your ass.
Yeah.
That's bitterness.
Trying to
That's
burn
evil.
the house down while they sleep. I've heard a lot of
That's the scripture basically says that the evil's gonna grow because we get older. There's never a time before as you've heard so many stories like that. Parents killing the children killing the parents. You never heard so many stories until now.
women
Just
every
every
day. The two twin Jake sisters that took their kids out.
Women putting their newborn babies in ovens.
Yeah, the story with the young child, son, killing his mom, just eating shit, get up, you know.
And then a nigga, after he killed the nigga, to her Amazon. Look, bastard.
That's literally fucking psychological to do that and just still be like, man, she did it. No remorse, no nothing. Just
Even on
you know? But when the baby was born, she thought this was the best thing ever. You know, for that
That's why the scriptures say, "Blessed be the parent." You know, blessed be the parent. Those who don't have children, you don't have those particular issues and worries and burdens. You know.
Hey, son, the word of the day is J-O-B. I say, you killed your daddy because he told you to get a job? Oh, that's crazy.
Somebody, is that somebody's stuff right there?
Right there. Somebody sock.
And the one hospital, his child and the mother was
You know what? So he had enough.
I can't take this anymore.
And that's how you know how these people act. They act like Edomites, man. That's the rule of this planet right there, man. You know, and this devil tells you not to whoop the kids. And if you do that, you get charged with child abuse, man. The scriptures say he that spared the wrath of his child, he hated him. He hated him, man. You know? So, you know, brothers that got whoopings, that's a blessing right there, man. It teaches you the do's and don'ts, man. You know? That right and correction, man.
Esau wanted to be hate out there. He wanted to be hate out here, man. Chaotic, no discipline. Because guess what? Then he could act on you.
Still to this day, I never think of putting my hands on my dad or my brother. You know, I never thought about doing like that, man. But these little kids, they think about doing that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's crazy.
You got stories of fathers taking their sons' wives. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, that's crazy.
Unless, you know, you got a wicked ass nigga for a daddy, you know, like that could be a possibility too. You know, like who was to say that the child won't be wicked? You know, the parent might be wicked. You know, but that's a possibility as well. Probably, yeah, well, fully. Any brother have anything else? We got one brother.
It's just to touch upon what brothers was talking about earlier with that comment that the guy made, talking about why is GMS so happy concerned that these terrible things are coming upon earth. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 24, and it reads, "And they shall fall," and the day is talking about Israelites right here. It says that they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, which is talking about literal heathens, not talking about Israelite foreigners here. And it says, until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So, unless these bad things come upon earth, we still gonna be getting our ass beat. And I don't think nobody like getting their ass beat. So, we hope that we happy to see these things happen. The quicker this stuff happens, it means the quicker we about to get up out of here.
Working for the end for the kid.
Alright, so with that, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to you.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Makakadash.
Say shalom,
Shalom.
and Baba.
Baba.
Bricks and stuff falling down when I'm saying that.